Happy 4th of July. Hi friends. We've been absent for a long time from our channel, and we have been very busy doing other things. Big step in our life. Something big is coming, which we will be hopefully updating you in coming months. But and also our mango trees didn't really fruit this year. They didn't flower, they didn't hold any fruits. Those that flowered did not have any fruits to hold. So I don't know, it's a very weird year for us down here in South Florida, but whatever the trees wanted to do, they did, and hopefully next year we will have a very good season. There were some trees that held some fruit, like this sugar loaf was the only fruit that was in the tree, although the tree flowered a lot. So the only fruit from that tree. And Super Julie had maybe 5 or 6 fruits, and one or two were already eaten by maybe raccoons, but some I could save, and this is one of them. And we had 2 Pina Coladas, and this is one. The other one is still hanging, so actually I could get these 3 to ripen at the same time. I'm not sure too much about the sugar loaf, but it is soft and it doesn't really change colors. So, and this one is from a friend up north, from his tree. We were not sure whether it was mature when we picked, but he said it will still taste very good, and I kept in the fridge actually, because this was 2 weeks ago and these are very fresh, 2 or 3 days ago there. So it looks a little wrinkled, so I'm not very sure that it's the same. It will be a fair comparison, but I'm just keeping it in the loop because Lemon Zest, Pina Colada, Sugar Loaf are among people's top 5. Most of the people have these mangoes in their top 5 list, so it would be good to compare them, and especially from our own trees, because I found out that without the use of chemical fertilizers or potassium or irrigation daily, things like that, we just left the trees for themselves, and lots of organic homemade inputs were given to the trees. So our taste has been a little bit different. It's hard to explain actually what is different. It just tastes more balanced. The sweetness, the sub-acid component, and different other flavors seem to be more balanced when there is no external input of a certain chemical like potassium or phosphorus or NPK or micros or whatever is added from outside, rather than let the soil develop those and have the roots strong enough to be able to absorb those nutrients from the soil. So let's taste all these, and we'll go one at a time. I will just start with Lemon Zest first, because this doesn't seem like it's fresh. It's been quite a while in the fridge. So let's see. Lemon Zest, the color changes like this. The size is usually this big. It can be bigger than this as well. Inside actually seems pretty good, although the outside was completely wrinkled. Inside seems pretty intact. Yes, what do you think? I'll make smaller pieces so that all of us can have. It already has the smell of orange. Very good. I can tell that this was picked a little early, slightly washed out, but even if it was early, it has that orangish. I wouldn't say lemon. It's more of an orange taste. Yeah, slightly washed out. It becomes more complex when Normally if she likes, she pulls the skin so much she would want to just rip the skin away from you, so that's something that she didn't do, so probably it's not at its peak. Let's try the Super Zuli, very big mango. Usually all our Super Zulis get this big, so it's pretty big size, and the color is very beautiful once it ripens. It starts to get soft as well, doesn't have much smell to it. Okay, the one thing about Super Zuli I have noticed is that closer to the seed it starts to get overripe, and as you go close to the skin it's less and less ripe. When it gets this color it's kind of overripe. The taste also is best when it is orange and not deep orange color. And if you look at the other side it's still green, and let's see, actually it has, yes, this side is not as much ripe as the other side, so there is a tendency, at least on our tree, in our tree I have seen that it tends to get unevenly ripened. If I let this side ripen more, this would be overripe already. So let's see whether Super Zuli is better when it is slightly yellowish or when it is already orange. Two different. If you look back, it's light yellow. On this side it's already red and it becomes orange color. Very juicy, a little bit chalky when it is yellow, but excellent sweetness. I'm surprised sometimes without putting any fertilizer how does the tree get this amount of sweetness. Yeah, this one is has a little more like a ripe. When it gets this color, I think it is better because it's less chalky, but the orange one has a little bit of sub-acid going on, so that's actually, some people might like it. Want to taste? Okay. Pass. So Super Zuli and Lemon Zest, the consistency is a little bit different. With Super Zuli, it's more, feels like it's juicy and soft. And Lemon Zest is a little chunky and like it would not melt in your mouth. Super Zuli is softer than that, and I can see fibers close to the skin, but that could be just our tree and not like in general. I usually eat 5 or 6 mangoes if I have, probably more than that. If so some people were asking, what do you do with your mangoes? I mean, if they don't ripen at the same time, and we didn't have a lot of mangoes in each of the trees, but we've been sharing with some neighbors who actually give us their sour soaps, and we make sour soap juice, and it's a good one because they don't have good tasting mangoes and we don't have sour substituting right now. So that was Super Zuli. Let's now try the sugar loaf. It's green, it's changing color a little bit. It's pale green down here, it's a little more darkish green, and it's soft to touch, and it actually snapped very easily, this one, so maybe it is ripe. We'll see. So the color is slightly different. It's orange here close to the, but it's almost white here. So Let's see if it is completely not ripe. Will it taste as good? There's some smell to it. It's very soft, melting. It's softer than Lemon Zest, but not as soft as Super Julie. Completely no fiber. You could even strip it like this, and it will come very easily. It's dripping juice. It has some sub-acid component, so maybe that's what gives a pineapple flavor to it. I don't really taste much of coconut, but I think it tastes more of coconut when it gets riper than this. And we could have waited a little bit. On this side there is more of coconut flavor. But seriously, we had some coconut cream this year, but we couldn't bring it. I think there were very few, 5 or 6, smaller in size this year, and they tasted similar to sugar loaf, but sweeter than this. You can see that the skin is very thick. Skin is pretty thick, and but there is no fiber at all. So out of these 3 so far, I think I liked Super Julie more than Sugar Loaf. Because Sugar Loaf I could dip. It has a dimension. Okay, coconut, a little bit of sub-acid pineapple, and that's it. So Super Julie had a little more complex, at least for me, complex taste. So let's see, this is our first Pina Colada this year. We only had 2 hanging in the tree, so we maybe not ripe. Although outside it looks completely ripe, the inside it's as I thought. So hopefully this color, very strange taste. It has a strong piney taste. Didn't get much sweetness, but very piney sub-acid taste to it. I don't know if I would. Pina Colada also has a thick skin, so Munchkin usually likes when the skin is thin. He likes to eat the skin. They pull the skin. Anyways, since we all like to grade and to compare different mangoes, so I cut all the 4 together to taste them again. Lemon Zest, Sugar Loaf, Pina Colada, and tasting again, I think I would put Sugar Loaf as number 1, Super Julie as number 2, Lemon Zest as 3, and Pina Colada at 4. Although Pina Colada, I think, did not develop the sweetness that it needed. It has very good sub-acid taste right now. It just is not getting the sweetness that it needed to come up in the comparison. So this is it for us. Probably will be the only tasting this year because we don't have any mangoes in our on trees. The interesting thing that happened this year was the Fairchild tree that I was thinking of stop working for years now suddenly flowered a lot this year when no other trees were flowering, and it actually held fruit in bunches. So we had a lot of Fairchild, and the Fairchilds were flowering just by the side of coconut cream. Sometimes the flowers were even interlocking. Although the coconut cream flowers did not develop into fruits, I think the Fairchilds did get pollinated with the coconut cream. And interesting that Fairchild has been tasting more like coconut taste this year, and really good taste. And since they cross-pollinated, I'm excited what new variety will come up from the seeds. So we have saved some seeds, we have sent some seeds to our friends, so we'll see how the trees will fruit in coming years. So that's it for this year. Hopefully you could see our face because we weren't doing much this year. It's too hot as well, and we are planning so much on our big project that's coming. That's a big surprise. It's a thing in Nepal not to talk about it until it's complete. So we will not be showing much of it until we have something to show to you all. Thank you for watching, and happy 4th of July.